Welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again today. Got some good news concerning my water line. That must have been the problem. Got my bill yesterday. It was 1,309 pesos. And just to give everybody some context, last month my water bill was 3,500 pesos. And I hit the roof. I was like, man, what's going on? Because it was steadily going up. So I had to replace my whole water line. Go back and watch that video. All the way from my house to the main line in the street. Probably about a block and a half, maybe 2 blocks, if you know what I mean. I wasn't sure if that was going to fix it because I didn't know. Maybe it's the meter. So we spend all that money and then we wait and we finally get the bill. It's 1,300. Now, the reason it's 1,300, that's still high. That's still 4 times higher than it normally is. It's because I didn't fix the line until July 15th. So half the month was already gone. But this is great news right here because I know that's what the problem was. So I'll know for sure and I'll do another update when I get my bill for September. But right now, things are going in the right direction because you get a bill for 3,500 pesos here, man, something's wrong. Water is one of the cheapest things here in the Philippines. I pay about usually anywhere from 350 to 400 pesos per month here, compared to $100 a month in America, even though my bill only came every 2 months. So I was paying about $200 per month. Yeah, it's cheap. So if you're getting a water bill over 600 pesos, man, something's going on. You need to check with the water company. You need to check with your landlord, or if you got your own place. I wouldn't panic too much if I have my own place because you're probably washing. We wash just about every day. Of course, I got water here and in the guest house. But something's wrong if it's over 600. But I'm so glad now because I really wasn't sure, man. Remember, man, I'm on Social Security basically, and my YouTube. It's not like I've got money to burn. Okay, yeah, we live a good, comfortable lifestyle over here, but we don't have money to burn. I don't have money to waste like that. But you got to stay on top of stuff over here like that. If that would have happened in America, they would have alerted me. I didn't get any warning or nothing. The guy just did the same thing he did yesterday. Give me my bill and keep going. He's not even looking at it. It's not his job to look at it. But I'm really, really glad because that's the only thing that's giving me problems here. Just about ever since I've been here is this damn water line. But we encased it in concrete and it seems to be working. I'll know for sure next month. So I just wanted to give y'all an update. People was like, yeah, make sure you let us know if that was the problem. And it looks to be the problem. It's a lot going on around here right now. It's time again to get the white in my house painted. I do that every year, man. When you've got white, as much white as we've got, you got to stay on top of it. Then I got my dogs, and, I just don't want it to have that dingy look. We get a lot of company over here. And I just want to make sure, hey, this is an investment, that I stay on top of my investment. Okay. Another thing we're going to have done is this grass didn't work out for us. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and put the artificial grass down. I'm going to have to buy some gravel and maybe 1 cubic meter of gravel, 1 cubic meter of dirt. You put the gravel down, then the dirt, you compact it down, then you lay the artificial grass down because it's not working here, man. And, Merlin said that's something she wanted to do. So I'm looking around. We don't really have a whole lot. We got that one big spot over here. And then the rest is this little strip along the wall and this little strip here. But it's really going to look nice once he gets that done. But right now he's in the process of painting. I think he's done this little part already. And remember, it's been raining too. That slowed us down. I'm going to show y'all the finished product when he gets done. But that's why I didn't have my members only live stream. But we'll have it Saturday. Because, man, I'm talking about, it got the storming. I'm a real thunderstorm. I'm talking about the thunder and lightning was loud. It scared Booby. You know, hell, it scared me. You know, when it cracks real loud. But yeah, we got that going on. Then I'm waiting on the embassy in Manila to get back with me. You know, we're taking Booby. We got to take Booby to the embassy. I've got all that all on my end, what I need to do. So we try to get her Social Security benefits started. Because, you know, that's a great benefit. I was told about it when I was in my 40s. A friend of mine, the very first expat that I met here in the Philippines, he was getting ready to get his Social Security. He said, Cal, did you know that your children, which I didn't have any Filipino children at the time. He said, but you know your dependents, you know, under 18 are able to get a check every month from your Social Security. And I was like, wow, man, you know, that's a great deal. But hell, I'm 46 or whatever it was at the time. I got a long way to go. I wasn't even thinking about it. But he's right. Both of my sons, they already got their checks. They're probably getting ready to get their second check. They're thrilled to death. Their mothers are thrilled to death. They didn't even know they could get it. One of them told me, said, hey, you got to be dead before he can get your Social Security. No, they don't. It's just a great, great benefit, certainly coming from here. You know, Booby's going to grow up here, so just to get that check every month, at least until she's 18, as far as I'm concerned, it's just something else that I've gotten done. You don't play around it with that stuff at our age. You know, I'm just, you know, giving you, this is some advice. If you got a child over here, man, get that done. Get all that done. The CRBA, if you got Social Security coming, get them that money. Make sure that their present and their future is taken care of. But yeah, it's a great benefit. And remember, we work for that stuff. Nobody's giving us anything. And the last thing I'm gonna talk about before I get off here is I'm not gonna burn that hat, man. I'm not gonna stoop to that level, man. I'm not gonna fight fire with fire. Yeah, I'm against everything MAGA stands for, but I'm just not gonna do that. That's sort of like an act of violence as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not a violent guy. You know, I'm just not gonna burn it. I'll find something else to do with it, you know. But I'm going to keep it outside. It's outside, okay? But I'm just not going to do that. I'm trying to bring people together. I'm not really trying to divide anybody, and I don't want to give you the wrong impression of that, you know. So once I get the information back about Booby, that's probably when we're going to have the meet and greet in Manila. I'm going to have it in Manila. It's just easier to get to, you know, maybe more people show up. And then, because Michael Onstad, you know, the health insurance guy, shout out to you, Mike Onstad. He's having a meet and greet in Manila August the 18th, which is not this coming Monday, but the following Monday. And where he's having his meet and greets on the rooftop at this hotel, they're not charging him anything. So I may have somebody up there check on that place to see if we can do the rooftop thing. That would be nice, you know, again, because we did it in DeVal. So thank y'all so much for stopping by. Yeah, we got some great news, man. Our water bill was $1,300. That's still high, but it's a whole lot better than $3,500. And it lets me know that we're going in the right direction. That it was my water line. Something was going on with my water line. There must have been a leak somewhere along there. Because it's a long way, man. Go back and watch that video. You'll see it. It goes from my house right here at the back of my house all the way to the street. That's good news, man, because I don't want to deal with something like that. You know, it's always something because you're responsible for it. We've had that line fixed so many times. And then you have to cut the water off at night and, you know, just all that stuff. And I was, you know, I'm still not 100% sure. I know 100% sure when I get my bill the first week of September. But man, do I feel good. You know, it's like a weight lifted off my shoulders, man. You know, you don't want to deal with stuff like that over here because, you know, it's almost like it's never fixed. So if you're in America, if you're in the Philippines, wherever you are, find your heart to help somebody. Not a day goes by that I don't help somebody over here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. And don't do anything stupid. Stay on top of your bills over here. If you get a water bill and it's over 600 pesos, man, you need to have somebody check it. Now, if you got your own place, I wouldn't panic too much. But when it starts reaching 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, because one of my bills was 2,200 before it was 3,500. You need to let somebody know. Somebody needs to look at that. Because when you've got a house, you're responsible for it. You know, it's not like you can call the water company and they're going to come out. They'll come out and look at the meter and say, oh, we calibrated the meter. There's nothing wrong with the meter, but that's all they're going to do. You got to dig a line, man, you know, about 30,000 pesos, man. You know, that included the labor and all of that. But it's an investment when you decide if you want to buy a house, it's an investment. So, you know, this is maintaining my investment. You know, I like to keep my house clean. You never know when you want to sell it. You know, the value goes up. Matter of fact, we paid taxes yesterday because people was asking me, Cal, how much is your taxes? It was $5,300 this year. Because remember, this is my 4th year. Every year it goes up. First year was $1,700 because the value of the land and the house has gone up. You can't go wrong, guys, when you do this. But just make sure you do it with the right person for the right reasons. You can't lose here, man. The land is always going to go up. It's never going to go down. Real estate, it's really a real estate boom over here. Boom over here. At all times, honestly. But that's a decision you got to make. Take care, y'all. See you next time. Join me on my live stream later. We're going to talk about sexless marriages. What's behind the rise in sexless marriages? I never even knew that existed.